What is up, guys? Little update from the Super Dave pumpkin patch. My first year growing Atlantic giants here in the Pacific Northwest. We've got Gloria here. She was a late pollinator, but she's been maturing pretty well. She's bigger than she looks on camera. But got two plants here this year. Not enough space. My little previously used as a strawberry patch and stuff, and didn't plant anything in this plot this year. But I got two seeds from an elderly gentleman down the road, my new friend Gary, and I got one plant here, and this is Gloria. She runs right to her pumpkin right there. That's the only pumpkin on that plant. She's a short little thing. She stops right there. And this other plant here, he's in charge of all these secondary vines, and he just exploded on secondary vines after I cut off a raccoon damaged pumpkin that was probably a month ahead of this one. It probably would have been a lot bigger than that one if I hadn't cut it off when it was softball size or volleyball sized. But raccoons got it. It didn't survive. Had to cut it off. Now it exploded with all those extra vines, and I've got this other one here. He's about as big as a cantaloupe or something, and that's my last hope for that entire plant. I've got some little buttons on the end here, little button pumpkins like this one, and I'm cutting those off today. Anything like that that's going to steal any energy off that guy right there. And I'm just going to kind of play around with some chemicals this year. I got some powdery mildew spray that I used a couple days ago. Seems to be most under control for the most part, but I might have to spray again in a couple more days at the 1 week mark. And I'm also on a new fertilizer called pumpkin juice. So I'm going to really push this plant and that little guy, just because it's September the 20th already. We don't have much time at all, so I'm going to really push it, see how well these plants can handle that pumpkin juice, and keep spraying them with pesticides and fungicides, and learning a little bit more about that every time. But anyway, Gloria developed some wrinkles on the bottom when I went on a 2-day fishing trip, and I covered her up with some leaves. She got these wrinkles, and I'm concerned about this little soft spot right here, and just some areas that are a little more spongy than they should be. Just one of them right there especially. But trying to keep it in the sun, keep the fans on it, and do my best to at least have one finished pumpkin this year. You can see she's starting to get some green on her, so she's starting to pretty up a little bit. Not so pale banana yellow, she's getting golden, so hopefully she'll turn pretty orange. But all these other ones, they've got to go. This one is at the end of the vine, where I should be focusing all the pumpkin growth, like 12 feet or better away from the stem there. This would be a great one to pollinate if it was, 2.5 months ago or longer than that. So there's just not enough time in the year. So we'll see what we get out of that guy. Anyway, a little update from the patch. 2022, year number 1 for Atlantic giant pumpkin growing. See you all next year. Super Dave signing off.